Get your reactions ready. The live portion of the show will begin in just a moment.
Driven into left center field and deep, giving Chase Mullins on the run, looking up. See ya! Pick off. Got him! High drive, left field, going back Hayes, on the track, at the wall. See ya! That one's driven to left field and deep. Is that going to stay fair? That ball is gone!
And Adam hits a fly ball to the right, deep into the corner, by the pole. That ball is off the pole! Henderson smacks it fair, past the dive of Rizzo, and the Orioles have resurrected this game.
Today is Wednesday, May 24th, and it was Game 2 between the Yankees and the Orioles. Nasty Nestor Cortez Jr. was hoping to maintain his dominance over the Orioles, and the Yankees were going for 6 straight wins. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Well, sometimes you're the dog and sometimes you are the hydrant. Rarely on the same night, but this was a tale of 2 games. First game was stress-free, but then the Orioles went absolutely ballistic in the 7th inning. 8-run inning to snatch a lead from the Yankees. And it wasn't even really the 8 runs that were the most impressive. It was the hits. They had 7 hits in that inning. It almost seemed like they knew what was coming. I don't know if the Yankees were tipping their pitches or whatever, but I mean, that game turned around very, very, very quickly. This whole season has been weird, man. It feels like either the Yankees have a tremendous win or a devastating loss every night. So I'm going to try and keep the recap succinct tonight. We are here later than usual, and I want you guys to have a chance to get your comments in. But better late than never. First pitch was scheduled for 7:07. First pitch was delivered at 8:42. And you know what? Maybe never would have been better tonight. Hey, it is almost tomorrow, so mad props to those of you who hung in there and actually wanted to watch a recap of this one. But I guess we should get used to late night baseball because we do have a West Coast trip coming up. Sounds like both Giancarlo Stanton and Josh Donaldson are going to be back for that trip. Boone said yesterday that Donaldson's going to be an everyday player when he comes back, and I just don't buy it. I mean, how's he improved this team? You know, man has looked done. If I were him, I would just pull another hammy, just take the rest of the summer off, get your $25 million, and retire. That's what he should do. And if I were a betting man, I would bet that is what happens, but we'll see. Pitching was very strong the first couple of innings. Nestor was throwing strikes. He was working quick. He was extremely efficient. He ran into a little bit of mild trouble in the 3rd inning, couple of soft hits, but he worked out of it by picking off former Yankee Jorge Mateo at second base. Shout out to the Yankees farm system for teaching him how to run the bases. Volpe got absolutely robbed of a base hit in his first at bat. He hit the ball hard a couple of times tonight. He smoked it in the hole between short and third. And Ortiz made a great play to snare it and throw him out. And that probably ended up saving a run because IKF hit the next pitch off the center field wall and ended up with a triple. I don't know where the power's coming from this guy, but you know he had a pretty good night. Something predetermined outcome. You know, I don't know if the run would have definitely scored there because you don't know if the same pitches are made if he pitches to IKF with Volpe on, but you know, feels like it cost us a run there. 2 batters later, Gleyber Torres with some flashbacks to 2019 when he just torched the Orioles. 2-run shot, 8th home run of the season, 414 feet. And it was a missile. And to be honest, he really hasn't done that much damage against the Orioles since that amazing season. Orioles bounced right back. Solo home run by Ryan Mountcastle. And they said on StatCast that it went 426 feet. But I don't know how that is possible because Bader almost caught it. It didn't look like it went as far as Gleyber Torres' home run. I don't know. I don't get StatCast sometimes. I just don't get how it works. How can a ball that goes, closer to the field of play be further? And it was essentially the same-ish area, There's no way that ball went 426 feet. I'm sorry. Another quick defensive note worth mentioning. I got a couple of calls, couple of tweets about Volpe's defense saying he doesn't have any range. I thought he looked pretty good tonight. I mean, I thought he made the routine plays. There were a couple of hard shots that he didn't get to, but I don't think anybody would have gotten to some of those balls. But made an outstanding play late in the game. He walked to lead off the fifth inning, and then IKF, man, he has been eating his Wheaties. Smoked a 2-run home run in the left field seats. That made it 4-1 Yanks. I don't know where the power's coming from, but he has been crushing the baseball lately. And this is going to sound harsh, but I kind of hope it raises his trade value, to be honest. Anyway, Torres followed up with a solo shot, second home run of the game, 9th of the season. That made it 5-1. 14th multi-home run game in Gleyber's career. Someone check on Gary Thorne. You remember that guy? A couple of years ago when Gleyber was going nuts, he was the guy in the Orioles announcer's booth who just couldn't believe it. He was just in abject disbelief. And we haven't seen him in a while. Is he still alive? I don't know. I hope so. On the pitching side of things, Cortez was fantastic for the first 6 innings, but then he ran out of gas in the 7th inning again, and his pitch count wasn't that high. It was only about 75 pitches or something like that through 6 innings. I think it was maybe 77. And he came out and just had nothing in the 7th. He had been inducing weak contact all night, no long innings, throwing strikes, but then he allowed a walk, single, and then served up a 3-run home run. That cut the lead to 5-4, and you just felt like the Orioles snatched the momentum at that point. Jimmy Cordero came in to relieve him, and he was throwing fucking batting practice. He got 1 out and gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, and a walk. Absolutely pitiful performance by Cordero tonight. Orioles put up an 8 spot in the 7th to take the lead, and that sent a lot of fans to the exits, followed by a downpour of rain, which finished off the rest of the remaining crowd essentially. Bottom half, Michael Givens didn't have much. He loaded the bases with 1 out. Thought for a second that the Yankees were going to build some momentum. Rizzo singled to make it 9-6, but the Yankees left the bases loaded. One more note, Rortvedt came in for defense late. He hit one hard in the bottom of the 9th. I like his swing. I want to see him get more reps. But as they say, that was that. Orioles take game 2 of the series.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Mike to AC Merch says Cortez looked good until he did. He looked great. And then the wheels fell off. The wheels just absolutely fell off. And now the Yankees are in a really tough spot because Clark Schmidt is pitching tomorrow. And there's no point in pretending that he's not dog shit. So my hopes for winning this series have completely evaporated.
Bye-bye.
Osuji Melville says Nestor's stamina has got to be a huge concern. And I agree. The stamina is obviously costing him. I mean, this is about the 3rd or 4th time that, he's pitched well for the first 5 innings or so and then just got hammered. What would his ERA be if he just could throw another 15 pitches in a game without wearing down? I don't know. Maybe, conditioning is an issue. We do know that he had strep throat, but it seems like he should be better by now. Like, I don't feel like a month and a half later you should still be fatigued. He threw a lot of innings last year, the most innings he's thrown in his career. I'm going to open up his stats, and we're going to take a look at what he did last year. So with this game, 5.30 ERA. So you look at the innings pitched. Last year was a career high, 158 innings pitched. Now, he had thrown some innings in the minors before. He had thrown, some seasons where he had well over 100 innings pitched. But at the major league level, different kind of stress. And, he went 12-4, but threw, probably more innings than his arm could handle. And now we're seeing maybe some of the residue of that this year, where he's getting tired early. Let's take a look at the box score tonight. Tyler H. says Abreu needs to go. And Ashlyn says, it hurts, it stings, I can't see. That's what she said. Era wants to see Rortvedt play more. I agree. I want to see Rortvedt get in there. Tyler says DJ has really regressed. I feel like he might be playing through something. I really do. It's probably not as bad as it was last year, but he just doesn't look like he's as explosive in driving the baseball as he usually is. So you definitely got a point there. Kenyon says, so Cortez is our fourth starter with everyone healthy. So, I mean, you have to look at it that way, yeah. I don't know. It really depends on how Severino's throwing the ball and how Rodon is throwing the ball. Rodon is probably your number 2 if he's healthy, but that's a big if right now. You know, you're hearing he's throwing from 120 feet. Big whoop. Let me know when he's throwing it aggressively at a catcher and trying to get somebody out. Until then, I don't think we can count on him at all. But I do hope that we see him in the next month or so. Tommy C says, once DJ got the money, he's been worthless. Interesting. Fans are really starting to turn on DJ here a little bit. I don't think DJ is the guy that we blame for tonight. I mean, last night we got the team belt. Tonight's like the opposite of that, like the team suspenders. I don't. What's the opposite of a belt? Like the team rip down. We, the bullpen essentially failed. Nestor ran out of gas. We had a couple of times where we had runners in scoring position and didn't get it done. We had an opportunity in the bottom of the 7th with the bases loaded. Didn't get it done. Jocelyn says Schmidt needs to be better, and I agree. He's got to turn it on. Dr. Hitskins, in agreement, says he wants more Rortvedt. I like the way he looks behind the plate, too. Parkson says Peraza needs to be the shortstop at some point. Volpe has made many, many mistakes. This is something that I'm trying to stress. Mistakes happen as a rookie. Derek Jeter made something like 30 errors in the minor leagues one year. Mistakes happen. You guys have got to be more patient. Nobody is a finished product as a rookie. Be more patient. You know, the Yankees fan base has a reputation of being, smart, well-educated. We got to start acting like it. You know, we can't be so hard on these guys. I mean, look at that play. That's a great fucking play. That ball was smoked. He snared it, made an accurate throw, quick release. I thought he made a lot of solid plays on balls to his right tonight, so he showed that he can go right and left. Yankee Clipper says, Team Wedgie. Comment of the night. I like that. That should be a new thing. And I agree with Medina. Says Volpe will be fine. Eric says, 1.5 rain delay. Should have been an early hook for Nestor anyway. Does he have like a bedtime or something? Can he not stay up past 10 o'clock? Got to be able to pitch with 77 pitches. I'm sorry. Getting paid a lot of money. Got to be able to go out there with 77 pitches on a day when the bullpen is gassed. I blame this one partially on Nestor. Boone, maybe Cordero wasn't the guy to go to there, but for the most part, we give Boone a lot of crap, but the bullpen has been great. They were, 22 straight scoreless innings before tonight. Spencer wants to know what's wrong with DJ. I mean, it could be a number of things. It could be a slump. He could be playing through some kind of an injury. Something's not right, though. Something's not right. Yankees judge wants to get rid of Higgy now. Well, there's a solid chance that Austin Wells is going to be up before the end of the season. You do have Trevino coming back. The Yankees have got some catching depth for once. I mean, there were years where we had no catching depth after Jorge Posada left. And, at least we got some actual human beings that we can run out there and hope that they might have a decent game. Anyway. But this was a tough one. We're going to wrap it up early.
Game over, man. Game over.
Get your final questions in. By the way, correction. Last night I said I think I was sitting in seat 276, and that's not a thing. I'll be at 232 that first game. So if you've sat there, let me know. It looks like it's got kind of a foul pole in the way, but I don't know. I'm always anxious about seats before I go to a game because I'm afraid that they're going to suck. But from my experience at Yankee Stadium, every place I've sat has been pretty good. Yankees Judge says, did you see the Dominguez robbery yesterday? Honestly, I thought that, it was an okay catch, but I thought he had better ups than that. He didn't seem like he went up very far. But then again, the camera was like 900 miles away. Now, these minor league cameras, they still use a potato cam. Bernie says, first walk in the 7th, Boone maybe should have taken Nestor out. I actually had that thought at the time. When you walk the leadoff man late in the game, that's different than walking the leadoff man in the first inning. It's like, a sign that you're maybe not in a great rhythm anymore. And when you factor fatigue along with that, but it happened so quickly. It was like next batter hit a single and then like a batter or two later, 3-run home run. I think he had action going in the bullpen, but I don't think anybody would have complained if with a 5-1 lead against a division rival who you're having a chance to leapfrog in the standings, if you went to Clay Holmes there. I think he hasn't pitched in a couple of days. I would have been completely fine going with him for 2 innings, 7th and 8th, and then let somebody else close it out in the 9th. I don't know who would have closed it out, but I don't know. It doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't work that way.
Can't go back in time. Spike Fartley. What the hell is that name? Spike Fartley. More like Roidvet. He looks like a custom character that's 100%ed in the muscle slider. The dude's jacked. But let's not libel him and say he's on steroids. Some guys just work really hard in the gym. Some people like me are just naturally genetically different and are man-mauling mountains of muscle, even at 40 years old in 15 minutes. So let's see here. Max Dub says, best win of the year, followed by biggest shit show of the year. Shaking his head. I don't know if this is the worst loss of the year. To me, the worst one is still the 6-0 loss. Well, when you blew a 6-0 lead to Tampa with Garrett Cole on the mound. That was a tough one. That was a really, really tough one. Frankie says, I'm just happy to be here. The real wins are the friends we made along the way. And look, we weren't going to win them all. We've probably got another, 50 or 60 losses, probably 55 maybe, I don't know, that we're going to go through this year, that we're going to experience together. So hang in there. Not a great day for the team in general. This is just a poor team effort in general. Just a confluence of events that didn't work out in our favor. Douglas Rao says, now we have confirmation that Rortvedt is real. We all want to see him. He looks good behind the plate, too. Like, if you watch him, he frames the ball well. He moves really well. He's athletic. He's got a good swing. He hit the ball hard again tonight. He runs well for a catcher. I know catchers hate it when you say they run well for a catcher. Dr. Hitskin says, bullpen is absolutely smoked, and you are not wrong, sir. You are not wrong. Thank you, Frankie. Thank you. And Blake says, why are people so hard on Cabrera? Cabrera's hitting .203 with a .564 OPS. He's been ass, and I think that's why everybody's upset. So we're going to call it a night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. I hope to be with you for many, many more, but, Yankees keep playing like this, the old ticker might give out. Plus, the amount of cupcakes I ate tonight was offensive. But all right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow to recap, I'm sure, what will be another Schmidt show. Until then, have a good one. Ball game over.
Most impressive.